In this video, I'll discuss data ownership and retention policy. Data ownership relates to intellectual property or IP. Now, at the industrial level, this would include things such as patents and trademarks. At the artistic level, it would include things like musical compositions, film, and artwork that are protected by copyright. Fair use means that we can use an excerpt of intellectual property while giving attribution to the owner or creator. So, for example, we might have a search result in a search engine that shows a thumbnail of a copyrighted image, but not the full size or full scale picture. We also have to think about where data is being stored when it comes to intellectual property, whether it's stored on premises or in the cloud, and what laws or regulations apply to the data where it's stored. There are then archiving requirements for data retention. Now, there might be laws or regulations in our specific industry that dictate how long we must keep certain types of records for. Data backups deal with the storage location, which might have to be on premises or off-site elsewhere, like the storage of off-site tapes, or they could be stored in the public cloud. Now, in some cases, storage of data in the public cloud could be prohibited unless the public cloud provider has a data center in the country of origin of that same data, and as long as it's manned by personnel that are residents of that same country. So it's very important that you get legal advice when determining where to store sensitive data, especially that related to customers, whether it's health information, financial information, address information, and so on. We also have to consider the cost that's related to data storage, be it on premises or in the cloud, especially when it's being retained for periods of time. Legal discovery can be difficult without a comprehensive data retention policy. E-discovery is a term that relates to the electronic discovery of digital data that could be used in court proceedings. Often with data retention, it's policy-driven automation that categorizes and migrates data that is no longer considered to be live and needed right now and stores it instead in long-term storage. Now, often, and this is true also in the public cloud, long-term storage is slower. So it might be older magnetic hard disks as opposed to the faster solid-state drives, and as such, it's cheaper. So even most public cloud providers will charge a lesser rate to store things long-term for archiving than to store data that's frequently accessed. The proper disposal of sensitive data after the retention period has been exceeded is crucial. So again, there might be regulations that require certain data sanitization techniques to be applied to make sure no data remnants remain. In this video, we discussed data ownership and retention policies.